Oh, here we go.
Okay.
Look at that. It finally started. That's the first time it's taken 15 minutes to record, but here we go. Stephen Dow, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing fantastic. And yourself?
I'm doing well. So, hey, I just saw that Velocity had their earnings while I was out on my trip, and I got to tell you, it's looking pretty good. I'm just reading this off of public information.
Right.
Velocity Financial displayed significant growth in Q2 with core net income soaring 27.5 million, 73 cents a share, 76% increase year over year, with loan production reaching 725 million, making it a 72% surge and 13% quarter on quarter. Why is Velocity Mortgage crushing it in this environment?
Well, our product is somewhat, specialized in a sense for a specific type of borrower. Obviously, investor-minded individuals, because that's all it's tailored towards. But in this current environment, our product is very, very well received for many reasons. The ease of use, the effectiveness, because we make it to the finish line more often than not. And so I think that's where we shine. There are obviously lenders that are going to market and promote lower rates and such, but sometimes the lower rate doesn't always mean you're going to close because in some cases lower rates usually mean more paperwork, more hoops to jump through or whatnot. If you can still qualify going that route, obviously, but in many cases with guidelines tightening up, sometimes it makes it more difficult. So that's where we shine because we're good for
Yeah.
a plan B or even plan A when you play an aggressive tax game, and if you're limited to usually private money or hub money, my product is a much more competitive alternative.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
When I think about Velocity Mortgage, our relationship, the fact that I've used you multiple times,
Hmm.
um, you know, it's not really a surprise to me that you're crushing it and you're having these kind of numbers publicly. People can go look it up, stock symbol VEL. But you're a make sense lender. You do what you say you're going to do. You perform. You also, frankly, you're not trying to be everything to everyone. And
Right.
because you're that focused, you're just very good at what you do. That's
Well,
why Velocity's winning.
I would agree. We're not going to be a jack of all trades and a master of none. We kind of stuck to our lane for the last, I would say, 2 decades.
Hmm.
And so we've kind of perfected this. That's why, I don't want to share too much, but the secondary market appreciates our paper
Yeah.
because we've done it for so long and the performance speaks for itself. And so from top to bottom, I think, management, guideline, underwriting, ops,
Yeah.
obviously sales.
Yeah. Well, again, when you think
uh,
about where Velocity plays, again, why you're getting repeat business, you do focus on investors.
mhm.
You can come in, investors who are very aggressive tax games, because again, you
Yep.
have the option to look at that. That would kick people out.
Yep.
Also, what we're seeing in this world, or what I'm seeing, because again, I talk to lots of people, a lot of people are getting dangled low interest rates, but with firms that can't close,
Right.
or try to do some bait and switch stuff. And I've never seen or even heard of Velocity ever doing that, right? You're like, this is what I have, this is what I got.
This
This
is
is,
my rate.
yeah, I
I'm
can't,
very
I got
upfront.
no options, right? This is all I
I
got.
got nothing to hide. You know what I mean? And again, we don't charge these junk fees initially up front to kind of like,
Yeah.
kind of hold you into the process. And then later on, if something changes, you
Sunk
might not want to
cost. Yeah.
disconnect because of, yeah,
Yeah.
you're already
Yeah.
committed cost wise. So for us, it's just usually just the appraisal fee up front because that's usually
Yeah.
customary to a third party. Outside of
Sure.
that, if we don't commit through, or if we don't come through with what we initially committed on pricing, you don't sign, appraisal is pretty much all you paid for at that point. And then you can sometimes, have those reports transferred in some cases, which we are getting, a lot of those inquiries. Like you said, you brought up, they started the loan process with a different lender with a lower rate, somehow didn't pan out, multiple reasons. I want to,
Yeah.
throw out a plethora of those issues, but
Excuses.
correct. So then now they're turning to us, and so a lot of times we can sometimes transfer those appraisals if
Hmm.
that appraiser that did their report is already on our approved panel. Then we
Makes
can
sense.
sometimes have the report transferred over. But I'm definitely seeing a good amount of those requests. I would say
Hmm.
2 to 3 at least a month, to
Mm.
where hey, can you take a transferred appraisal? So we're in many cases we're Plan B, and that's where we
Yeah.
come through. And so and and sometimes our rates aren't even that far off. Obviously, now with rates kind of ticking down, and we haven't really changed our rates, now they're a little bit more of a slight difference. But
Yeah.
again,
But
the
you
fact
can
that we can
close and they
close,
can't. That doesn't matter.
right? Right.
Just doesn't matter.
You can quote a low rate all you want, but if you can't close, then what's the
Doesn't
use?
matter.
So
Yeah, exactly. Well, again, let's tell people where Velocity shines. Again, you could do blanket loans. You could do this 90% CLTV loans. You can do, multifamily house hacks. I mean, you can do fix and flip. I mean, there's lots of places where Velocity shines.
Again, email's the best. You usually have it down at the
Yep,
screen, but
I'll put
it's
it there right now. Sorry,
okay.
my bad.
It's SDAO@velocitymortgage.com. In the subject line, please put the acronym ORAAT for two reasons. One, to make it past the firewall. Two, to make it easier for me to find those emails, because I got problems to have at this point. In any small window of time of anywhere from 15 to 40 minutes, I could get a flood of emails of like 50 to 400 or even more. So it just sometimes takes longer to get to your email. So if you want to get to the top, just put in the acronym, because usually the beginning of the day, the middle of the day, the end of the day, I go to the subject line, type that in, just see who's, possibly sent me an email. I would then reply a lot quicker. So other than that, body of the email, what you're looking for, address is going to be super helpful to make sure we lend there. Your mid-FICO score, best phone number to reach you at, and usually 48 hours or so, I'll be in touch.
Yeah, folks, at the end of the day, if you're an investor and you don't have Velocity Mortgage, at least as a plan B, you're really doing yourself a disservice. Yeah, absolutely.
Worth the conversation, because again, at least knowing what menu items I might have that may be able to allow you to take down other transactions that you might have not known that, oh, wow, I didn't know I had that opportunity, because, well, now you got that tool in the toolbox. So at least give me a phone call to at least go over what we can do, and, you can kind of take it from there.
You go.
But thank you again.
There you go. SDAO@velocitymortgage.com. Congrats on all your success. Makes perfect sense to me that Velocity is just crushing it in this environment. Take care.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate you.
Yep.
So that was easy. That was a nice kind of segue, actually. Where
it's still recording though.
Oh, sorry.
I don't know what's going on with this technology today. That's weird.
Yeah.
So it took forever to start recording, and now we are still recording. We're now at